Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? Hello, Khaled. So this morning we're gonna continue our conquest that we did last time. Um, and thanks to mods, we're gonna be able to equip things that we probably shouldn't be equipping to planes. But we're gonna basically grind out to try and unlock all the planes. It'll probably take multiple streams, but oh well, we'll go with it. Hello, Sovereign. Welcome to stream. Good morning. Yeah, I'm gonna be evil. Alright, so got score attacks, most wanted. Most wanted. Yes. Even more so for me since I'm an hour behind you. Two cordium. Let's go here. We can't hire anybody. Okay, well, let's sortie. Never played RTS mode. Conquest, you mean? Yeah, Khaled's way ahead of me.
Hitman team, you've arrived in the AO. Master arm is on. You are weapons free.
Okay, we don't need to worry about most other aircraft.
Hitman 1, good zone.
What we need to do is worry about the targets. I was screwing around in campaign mode just for shits and giggles, and I realized I can equip railguns and the BMLU to my FS-13 or FS-15. So like, can I do that in Conquest? Level alert 3. One more target, and then we have the boss fight.
They're not happy. Reinforcements coming hot.
Also, like I said, anyone in the chat, I cannot see any redeems if you redeemed it because can only see that on the PC, and my PC screen is viewed by my game right now. So save your points. Ow, fuck. Who names their squadron Lawn? Oh god. Sheer chaos that is Conquest. Ha! I got a kill after the fact. Alright. Got 5 Cordium engines. Score attack. What are the most wanted? Let's head here. Loadout management. We cannot currently buy another plane. The cheapest one will be MiG-21. But we're gonna at least head for MiG-29, so we need 400. Oh god, it's gonna be painful. We might want to shoot for the Vigan here. Battlefield Conquest. Welcome, Starscream. So we're slapping some railguns on our trainer, just because we can. Let's check out the hiring den. Let's go ahead and save our money. Yeah, this is another most wanted, but with the railguns, this should be fun. Look at those giant things! They look like skis. Big ball. Oh, we got Presidia for this. Oh, finally that mod's kicking in. I got a new mod that basically makes all planes faster and more maneuverable. god, this is hilarious!
Guns, guns, guns.
Nebula. Alright, we're gonna deliberately hold off because I want the beat to drop. This is my favorite soundtrack in the entire game. Alright, the beat's done. Or the lit motif, whatever it is.
Mission successful. Mop up and get out.
Alright, we are close to getting... Let's see here. Score attack. Score attack. Okay, let's go this way. Oh, we're definitely getting the 205. And we'll get a competent pilot. This is a score attack. We're going to need a multi-lock. Oh, we can get the MiG-21, but we're going to hold off on that. Because we'll get this one next mission. Or could we hold out for the Tomcat? Huh. Decisions, decisions. How much for the FS-15? 64,000. Anyway, we're gonna stick with the trainer for now. Empty because that hardpoint doesn't exist anyway. Let's go with the BMLU just for shits and giggles. Watch this phantom erupt into multiple missile fire. We're playing Macross, baby! clouds. Get out of the fucking clouds. Yeah, the clouds suck. It is a big fat cloud. Oh god! Let's finish this mission quick. Nebula again, huh? How many times must I teach you this lesson, old man? Ha! One volley is all it took. And we can finally buy a new, better aircraft. Okay, so what's this one? Score attack, 2 cordium. Score attack, 1 cordium. Let's go ahead and finish this part of the island. So we are at 28. If we can just hold out for one more mission, we can get the Tomcat. So that's what we're gonna do. Who can we hire? Get an aircorn. All right. Presidia again? I ain't complaining. We are the descendants of those who would not be ruled. Show them what that means. Hello, Cross. Welcome to stream. Yes, we are conquering the Federation one territory at a time. We're also grinding to get all the aircraft. And I may or may not have found out that that mod that allows me to put on weapons I shouldn't put on lets me put on the big ones to anything. 80 on a Phantom? Sure! PC is that for the PlayStation 2? The PlayStation 2 emulator? Ah, cool. So you can get the Holy Trinity to not look like shit. But can you get Ace 5's homing to track? HD textures for the fans, custom plane skins. The works. What about AI or Wingman AI retooling? Because oh my god, Ace 5's Wingmen are the worst. For everyone complaining about how pathetic your wingmen are in Ace 7, at least they get kills. Usually when you don't want them to, but you know, whatever. They're not the worst, just not the smartest. Black exhaust for raspberries. Alert level 6! To be clear, I don't hate Ace 5, it's just that it disappoints me in a lot of regards. And granted, most of that is because it came earlier than the game that I know and love. So there were ironing out issues that need to be happening. But it feels corny at times. Like it wants to be a lighthearted comedy and at the same time be war as hell. You can't exactly have it both ways. I mean, you can, but you gotta write it really well, and the dialogue in Ace 5 is not that great. I mean, neither is Ace 6's, but Ace 6's is kind of meme-worthy. It's up there with I Hate Sand. I hate sand. It's cool. I will have you know, Sovereign, that the I Hate Sand thing, that got Padme to fall for him, so who's the bigger fool? Us? Or Anakin? Don't hate the player, hate the game. I love how that does not. I know, right? instead expands upon. Well done.
Missile away.
Padme's thinking, on the one hand, he slaughtered countless women and children, uh, but on the other hand, he hates sand. And I too hate sand. Alright, we're gonna go. We're gonna conquer. We're gonna try and conquer the entire island of Cascadia here. Um, it's also correct. Well, yes and no. Anyone can be corrupted by the dark side, and that's not necessarily a bad thing because, according to the Jedi, um, being corrupted by the dark side is just experiencing basic human emotion and not trying to suppress it. The danger is you have to learn when to express and when not to. And that's what Obi-Wan was trying to help with, but the Council was doing everything in their power to alienate him. So, yeah. And I mean, let's look at it this way. Anakin is a former slave. Always remember, the Green Space Self is responsible for Darth Vader. I mean, I put more of the blame on Mace Windu, but yeah. But with the Tusken Raider thing, Anakin is a former slave who was never really taught how to fit into proper society. He was more or less taught to how to survive. Because King Sesame time. He was constantly told by Qui-Gon that he was special and destined for great things. Then Qui-Gon died before he could really train him. Obi-Wan didn't know how to do a damn thing because he's like, I'm a new parent! Fuck! And the Council was like, repress your emotions, you must. Well, Anakin's a fucking teenager! Do you honestly not see how that's gonna end well? So yeah, horny teenager, or hormonal teenager, with emotional issues, with immense amount of power, not really trained for it, learns that Tusken Raiders, who he's long since been conditioned to just hate upon sight because they're the other, learned that they murdered his mother. You think he's not gonna go after revenge? Yeah. The reason why they train them young is ostensibly so they can learn discipline before the hormonal stages come on to them. Yes, indoctrination, but the Sith do it too. The Sith also train him young and indoctrinate. I mean, if you really think about it, not always, Sovereign. In the Old Republic, there were a shit ton of Sith. But if you really think about it, what determines indoctrination and education depends upon your certain point of view. Anyway, let's unlock the Tomcat. Sovereign, he was talking about Legends Luke, pre-Disney Luke. Disney Luke is an asshole because Kathleen Kennedy and company wrote him that way. Legends Luke is not. Legends Luke didn't uh didn't actually kill Jason Solo even after learning he murdered his wife because he didn't want to follow the dark side. Um I acknowledge the existence of the Disney trilogy. I also acknowledge that pre-Disney Star Wars is much superior. That's my stance. Alright. So we're gonna want ASMs because those are a thing now. Emily 3. And Emily 3. I just like a note. So you're a shit disturber, is that what you're saying? Mayhaps. But yeah, for the record, Cross pretty much exclusively refers to the Lucas, the pre-Disney things. I don't have a problem with shit disturbers, probably because my best friend is one. Floof is a major shit disturber, and he's proud of it. Does it get annoying? Yes, but what you gonna do? Nora Mark II. Sortie! The problem with shit disturbing in text-based form, though, is you lose a lot of the non-verbal context. Like with Floof, if he just texts something, I have no idea if he's being sincere or not. If he says it in person, I can easily pick it up. So I try not to be a shit disturber in text only because of that. He would deliver that dead. I know, right? Deadpan. And that's one of the reasons why I like Raven.
Pinging targets on the IFF. Do as you will.
I love deadpan snarkers. Look at all those Phoenix missiles. Might be a hateful or fiction. I mean, I can understand it if it's your childhood. Ah! Behold bombs. They're not bombs, they're missiles. Which means they're guided bombs propelled by fire. Yeah, I grew up in the 90s, so late, but I read the books. When I was growing up. Especially the Wedge Antilles books. I was reading till the aughts. Also, I found this wicked Rogue Nation's Tomcat skin. That's why you're wearing Tolkien. Ah, Lord of the Rings. The Hobbit. The Silmarillion. I've never actually read Tolkien. I've only watch the Lord of the Ring movies. But in my formative years, I was actually a bigger Trekkie than I was a Warzy. I like Star Wars, but I loved Star Trek. Because I've mentioned it before, but my dad and I would watch Voyager as it broadcast. I may sound uncultured, but actually one of my favorite Star Wars games is The Force Unleashed. Not the second one, the first one. I love the hack and slash part of it. The fact that you could ragdoll stormtroopers. I've never actually beat... Oh my god, look at all those. Yeah, I've never actually beat the second Force Unleashed because I could never really get into it. I kept thinking, how the hell is Starkiller not dead? Oh yeah, clone. But to be honest, I don't think the Force Unleashed needed a sequel. It had a good story ending after the first game. So one of the things I hate about modern studios is the constant need for unnecessary sequels. If you ended your story perfectly in the first run, you don't need to make a sequel. Because all a sequel's gonna do is ruin it. But sequel money. Make something original, damn it! As the Disney live-action remakes are showing, sequels and remakes can only get you so far. But money. Well, average audiences are showing that they don't want sequels and remakes anymore. At least by the most recent box office hit reports. Well, not just The Little Mermaid, but you have Mulan, which did horribly. Aladdin wasn't that... I mean, it had its ups and downs. The Lion King was pathetic. About the only good live-action remake I've heard from my friends was The Jungle Book. Wait, what? Mulan, the sword engraved the bottom. They did that?! And China let them?! I just refuse to see it because they took out the songs. I mean, Mulan is not Mulan unless I hear Make a Man Out of You. It's my favorite Disney song. I mean, I know she's not a Disney character. Most Disney characters weren't originally Disney characters. Because The Little Mermaid originally came from, I believe, Grimm's fairy tales. The Lion King is essentially Kimba the White Lion. Um, oh. Yeah, Mulan is, yeah. Yeah, I cringed at The Lion King because I actually went to see that in theaters because my friends wanted to see it. They got rid of one of the best songs in there, which is "Be Prepared," aka the Scar Villain song. Live action Lion King offended. It offended me. The expressions were horrible because you can't have expressions on live action animals. The thing that pissed me off most about that part, Sovereign, is they erased another redhead. I am for redhead exposure. And Hollywood keeps replacing redheaded characters with non-redheaded actors. Like Mera in Aquaman. Amber Heard is blonde! Give it to redhead, like Karen Gillan. And this should not come as any surprise to me because how many of my on-stream characters have been redheads? I have thing for redhead. We've established this. Ah. Well, it didn't seem like they dyed new Ariel's hair red to match then. But I took one look at Flounder and I was like, no, that is the stuff of nightmares. Okay, what is this again? Transport hunt. Okay. It's like, what are we doing again?
Targets on our scopes. Take them out.
We got Stricken Team! um, as the internet should have taught everyone by now, everyone is offended at everything. That's like the trendy thing to be these days, is offended at the most craziest of things. I've actually learned to be kind of surprised when people aren't offended by things. Although if we want to be scientifically accurate, Flounder should have been flat, for one. And Ariel should have been translucent. Because there's no light down there. Yeah, when I first heard of the live-action Little Mermaid, it's like, why would they want to do that? There's no light down in the bottom of the ocean. How the hell are they gonna film? She's the daughter of a god. it just is like, I don't know, just. Oh shit! Wait, that's not the transport I want. You know, a Neptune beside the Vascation to fight me, bitch. Okay, we need to go this way. Yeah, apparently DreamWorks is also interested in jumping on the let's fail wagon with live action films ruining perfectly good animated franchises. They're gonna make a live action How to Train Your Dragon, and I just know they're going to fuck up Toothless and the rest of the dragons. Because again, you can't do realistic live action dragons or animals and still get the animated expressions. And while a lot of the Disney movies were like, okay, yeah, that sucks, How to Train Your Dragon holds a special place in my heart because I can heavily relate to Hiccup. And the fact that DreamWorks is going to fuck ruin that. Ugh. But at least I have the animated stuff on DVD and Blu-ray. The Adventures of Sinbad Magnificent live action. I've never seen Sinbad. I've heard of it, so I can't be a judge on that. All right, back there. Okay, we can buy. We're gonna hold off until we can buy the FS15. Well, part of that's true. Disney used to make great live action movies. I think a large part of the problem is that it's not the fact that they're using CGI to make their live action things. It's that they're remaking things that are beloved by audiences. So when it's different because of the limitations of live action slash CGI, or they decide we don't need the songs, or we're going to change the songs. Yeah, different is in the sense of you're messing with people's childhood. Yes, different is bad. Um, Now, if they wanted to just do a remaster where they just touch up everything but don't change the story, I'm all for that because then parents could pass their children down or pass on to their children the stories they grew up with. Jane's song is fine if they remain singable and decent. Well, I mean, some songs are ingrained. Like, like in The Lion King, they technically had "Be Prepared" in there, but it was spoken. I don't know if it was because Scar's actor just couldn't sing worth a damn, and Disney didn't want to spring for a singer, or if they honestly made a creative choice like that. It's harder than you think, as someone who can't sing well. I mean, I can sing, but I also can break glass. There we go. It's not. But back in the original Lion King, Jeremy Irons, Scar's actor, did about the first half of Be Prepared. And then he wrecked his voice. So they got Jim Cummings, who most people know as Winnie the fucking Pooh, to sing the last half. But Jim Cummings is such a great voice actor that unless you're actually listening for it, you can't tell when the switch happened. Free Hamlet, yeah. Say no cordium there. It's one cordium there. Experimental unit sabotage. Two cordium for score attack. We're going here. I'm so glad that the prestige and the planes that you unlocked don't reset when you die. Alright, Cross, you missed the first time, but... What? That's not my skin? Anyway, the Tomcat now has guns. Yep, railguns. I'll have to change it. Change my skin when we finish the mission. Damn it. Cross, I read that, oh yeah, in Rocket Raccoon. Oh yeah. When he gets a giant gun. Shit. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy Raccoon. Yep. From the original Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I think the scene was there in the killing. And, Rocket standing on top of Groot, and he gets a gun, and he's like, oh yeah. And then just starts, letting the lead fly, so to speak. You haven't seen the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie? That was like in 2014, man. And so I didn't even spoil it. The Guardians movies are some of my favorite in the MCU. Warhawk. And then the most recent Guardians of the Galaxy movie is the best MCU movie that's come out since No Way Home. Fine. Take a second dose of medicine. Yeah, the most criminal thing the sequel trilogy did, in my opinion, was not get Han, Luke, and Leia together for a scene. Even just one scene. I mean, you've got all three legacy actors. Do something with them! Instead, they first killed off Han, then they killed off Luke, and then, well, they didn't mean to kill off Leia, but anyway, thanks to circumstances, we will never have a Han, Luke, and Leia scene ever again. Okay, another transport hunt. Experimental unit sabotage. Let's go here. Well, there's a lot of blame for the sequel trilogy. KK, J.J. Abrams, Rian Johnson. The usual. It might have been better if they had any idea what they wanted their overarching story to be. Because JJ had a thing going on with Force Awakens. Then Ryan came in and was like, I'm going to do something completely different. And then JJ came back and like, so anyway, we're going back with this original tangent. I mean, the MCU's kind of stagnating. But at least phases 1 through 3, the Infinity Saga, gave somewhat of an inkling that the people behind it knew what the fuck they were doing about it. Take he's on the side of the WGA. I don't. What, me or JJ? Oh, JJ. Okay. Yeah, I'm honestly too jaded to really support anything in Hollywood these days. Now we'll go with Railgun. So, The Last Jedi was a first draft movie. That explains a lot. That explains so much. Like, when I first saw The Last Jedi in theaters, my immersion was immediately broken in that first battle. Because, one, that there were so many things wrong in that first opening battle. Let's take the Empire, First Order, whatever the fuck they're, the bad guys. They send their uber mega dreadnought in front of everything. The one that can't protect itself. The one that has no anti-air batteries. No real anti-ship batteries. They just have the 2 giant orbital bombardment cannons on the bottom and maybe 20 little blaster cannons on top. Ooh. But they send it out like a good mile ahead of the rest of the fleet. No tie screen, no Star Destroyer screen, no nothing. Great. Then we got the wannabe rebels. It's okay, I got half by there. Then we got the wannabe rebels, who have these giant, ugly, clearly atmospheric bombers. The reason why I say it's clearly atmospheric is because, one, they're slow. Two, they don't have any MagCon fields, so when the bomb bay doors open, all the air gets sucked out. Yeah, when Rose is on the bottom of the bomb bay with the doors open, I'm like, I turned to my friends Foof and Sen, like, how the hell is she still breathing? Well, they were saying that whatever. She didn't immediately die from explosive decompression. That's my point. The fact that it was pointed downward is another indication that it's an atmospheric craft. Because if it's atmospheric, you can just drop them normally with gravity. Even if we take the extent that they were launched downward, why would you have something launching perpendicular to the plane of motion in space? Why not rotate it 90 degrees to have it in line with the direction of travel so you have frickin' railguns? Because ship combat in Star Wars looks like fleet action in World War II. Rand Johnson wanted to do the Memphis Belle, I know. But at least the Y-Wings arced their bombs and were self-enclosed. Anyway, then these things are extremely slow, so they had to be protected. So what does the wannabe rebels use to guard and escort their giant targets of a bomber? I know, let's use our fastest interceptors. The A-Wings. But we need but A-Wings are best for hit and runs. I know. So what we're gonna do to clear off any potential AA batteries is we're gonna send an escort fighter alone, strapped with a giant fucking rocket engine that will almost rip the craft in half to take him out. What? Why not have the X-Wings guard the fighter, or guard the bombers, and have the A-Wings do that? It's a fucking fantasy movie. Naval combat is loosely based on the fleet actions of the second round. True, but at least the fighter combat in the original trilogy felt like World War II dogfighting instead of, and it just makes tactical sense. Officially the Spaniards were neutral, I believe. They were Axis leaning, but they were officially neutral. I know, you're referring to the Germans. But I was just taken out of the immersion of The Last Jedi from that first battle alone, because none of it made any goddamn sense. Even with Star Wars' crazy logic. Yeah, Sovereign's right. They had a non-aggression pact. Basically, Germany and the Soviets were agreed to not fight each other while they divvied up Poland. And then, I mean, the plan was always for Germany to invade the Soviets. Germany knew it. The Russians knew it. It was just a matter of time. It was just that uh, Hitler jumped the gun because this is my dad's theory. He knew he wasn't going to survive the end of the war because his doctors were telling him that he had underlying issues.
Got a positive contact
There
with
we go.
hostiles. You know what to do. Good tone, good tone.
Yeah, the tails need reforging. That's true. But they don't have a raspberry skin. That I'm sick. Or, I hate.
Hitman 1 locked on. Watch him
Oh
fly.
yeah, the Russian winter. Well, the plan was that they were supposed to encircle Moscow before the winter hit. It's just that Leningrad was proving to be too tough of a nut to crack.
Radar lock. Take him down.
Um, Stalingrad proved to be a nightmare, and for some reason, the Soviets weren't just bowing down to the Nazis. I don't know why, he says sarcastically. Was it Peters? I thought they called it Leningrad at the time. Okay. Yeah, initially, the Germans moved into the Soviet states. Uh, they were greeted by the local populace, not with initial hostility, but oh, thank God, someone's here to save us from Stalin. And then the Germans started putting them in camps. And they realized, you know what? Maybe Stalin's not so bad.
Radar lock. Take him down. Nice kill.
But I always see the Nazi versus Soviet conflict as evil versus evil. With, as always, the grunts trapped in the middle.
Things are gonna get harder from here on in.
Yeah, I mean, Stalin had a higher body count than Hitler. Let's be honest.
Monarch opening fire.
I never said they were worse, but I don't consider Stalin to be a good guy. And
Shot down. Positive takedown. Good job, Hitman.
you can have multiple evil people. Evil is evil. Lesser, greater, doesn't matter. If I'm to choose between a lesser and a greater evil, I would rather not choose at all. Crazy cat. The point is, there's no perfect system. Um, and I don't trust any form of government whatsoever. Um, yeah. Prestige. Can I buy a horn? I'll take a horn. I can buy the hornet, but that's only got 2 slots. Versus the FS. We're gonna hold out for the eagle because it's got 3 slots instead of 2. All right. Can I? No. Okay. I don't have anybody. I do have 1 ace. Okay. Let's go ahead and get a merc pilot and a rookie pilot. All right, let's get away from actual war crimes and head to fictional war crimes. Why clouds? Fuck! And of course, the bad guys give me the fucking clouds. Using Continental War of probably less than what happened with Ulysses. I just love the fact that these giant railguns are underslung off of Sidewinder pylons. Or Phoenix pylons. Yeah. Well, let's see here. I think I know what could have topped the 7 pillars of Belka if it actually came through. The 10 million relief plan. Because it wouldn't have ended with the nuking of Alred. And it would have been Torres that continued it. Because I am convinced that if Alred got nuked, Aruja would be glass.
Fox 2, Fox 2.
Because you can't tell me that Osea doesn't have nukes. Okay, I am climbing. I think. No, I'm not. Osea is essentially, oh god, the clouds are at the ground! Fuck! Okay, fuck it. We're exiting the menu. I'm not doing clouds on the fucking ground. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I couldn't see. This is better.
Wingman, you are clear to engage.
And I do know what also is worse than the seven pillars of Belka. Prospero. The Federation nuking of Prospero.
Stacked up.
How many died? Because at least when Belka did theirs, they at least, I'm pretty sure, evacuated most of their civilians. And they went in relatively unpopulated areas. The Federation, not so much. They yoinked their VIPs and then said, fuck all. Although I'm surprised they would have done that after they lost to Lana because they could no longer contain the situation. And maybe that's why they did it. They could no longer contain the situation. And then there's the one that really pisses me off. The destruction of Presidia at the hands of Crimson One. Largely because the player should have been able to do something about it. You don't take a well-earned triumph and turn it into shit. It's bad writing. That's essentially the DM saying, I've had enough of your shenanigans, rocks fall, everyone dies. Not to mention, we don't. Did the rest of Hitman survive? Seem to be going for a rune throne type ending. Dark Macbeth. Well, fuck that! Even Ace Combat at its darkest gave you a triumphant ending. Even Zero, for crying out loud. You stop V2! Okay, so they do live. But only on Mercenary. Well, sounds like we're gonna have to do a Mercenary run. Just so we can see the goddamn ending. But since I'm using mods to cheat, I don't feel as bad about, or terrified of it.
Hitman 1 locked on.
Did I just kill a pixie?
Clear. Mission objectives fulfilled.
Kai's Speech to the Unit was also planning a sequel. Well, yeah, if RBD2 ever gets off their ass and does something. So I was gonna go eat before she dies. Okay. Alright. This was a score attack. We need at least 64,000 prestige in order to get the FS-15. Ah, two-man team. Gotcha.
Take him out. Monarch's gone off radar.
For God's sakes! I didn't crash. That's bullshit. Damn finicky hitboxes. Alright, back to the drawing board. We can get the FC-15. Or we can hold out just a little longer for the F... He's 5 collisions. Yeah. So we're going to keep the Tomcat. Do... Railgun. MLA3, MLA3. Alright, so we've got 4 Terries to choose from. We can do score attack with 1 Cordium down at the bottom. We've got score attack with no Cordium. Score attack with no Cordium. Score attack with no Cordium. We're gonna go with score attack with 1 Cordium. Down here. And once again, we're graced by the sounds of Presidia.
Incoming missile. Check. Someone's going guns on me.
And of course, it switched our skin again. Oh well.
Nice kill.
There we go.
We got bandits. Engaging. Enemies locking on. Great. They've upped their game. Things are going to get harder from here on in.
Oh really? Jupiter Squadron!
Light 'em up.
Ow. One more mission. Anti-air defense suppression. Okie dokie. Go down management. We'll go ahead and keep the railguns. We'll do MLA 3 and MLAG 2.
Clear to engage.
I think this is the stepping stone music. Alright, got them all. They're level 1.
We've got hostiles inbound.
Fog? The fuck?
Guns, guns, guns. Fox 2. Incoming boobies.
Just gonna start railgunning everything. Welcome back. We ended up dying because of janky hitboxes. Yeah, we splatted into an AWACS. But we should be able to buy the FS-15 um, after this mission. Okay, so score attack, fleet hunt. Let's do a score attack real quick. Load up management. Hell yeah, FS-15. I mean, we could go with the Raptor, but the MTD has more hard points. Okay, we're also going to stick... We're going to go with the MLA-3. So this is score attack. We'll go with MLA-3 again. And then we'll go with the railgun. 4 of them. Okay, so we can either pick from Cypher skin, Pixie skin, that one, that one. We're going to go with Cypher. And the AOA limiter. Let's get an Aracorn and another Merc pilot. Look at this beast. Look at all those missiles. And the 4 gigantic rail cannons. I think even the Eagle's fuselage should have a problem generating enough lift for this.
Stacked up. Monarch shot one down. Positive hits, he's going down.
You think will be like, I'm dying here. Please help. Help. Help me. But as we've all determined, physics works differently in Project Wingman.
Monarch ready to fire.
Because I can do this and not suffer any negative repercussions.
Hitman 1 locked on. Radar lock, take him down.
They're level 2.
Missile is on the way. I got a missile tone on me. That is mine. Box 2. Hey, this is mine. They're in my sights.
Uh, there isn't a cockpit left.
Watch it. Enemy defenses are stirring up.
Oh boy, a fleet! It's not like I'm armed to the teeth here or anything. Ow, fuck. There goes the aircorn.
Missile is on the way.
Gotcha!
All targets checkmarked. Get out of there.
Ah, that was good. Okay. Um, Fleet Hunt and Fleet Hunt. Let's go here, switch out one of our MLA3s to um, ASMs. And we'll keep the railguns. I kind of want to see what the railgun would look like in an internal bay.
Bingo.
That was hard. Mission update. Auris.
Warning, missile inbound. Stacked up.
love the fact this has pretty much a rapid reload.
Knocked one out. Positive takedown. Good job, Wingman.
Oh my god. These mods make me so broken and I love it. Alright. Hiring done. Let's go ahead and bring in Nara. Infamous Ace. Sortie! For another fleet hunt. Let's see here. How long have we been streaming? Let me check something real quick. We have been streaming for almost 2 hours. Okay.
Pinging targets on the IFF. Do as you will.
Oh no, a battleship. Whatever shall we do? Watch it die. Is that all of them? Uh-oh. Peacekeeper! Oh no, their gunships are dead. Whatever shall they do?
Monarch got another one. Hitman 1 confirmed.
Oh! Oh, that was fun. Alright, we're at 22,000. Presidia. Score attack. Hiring Den. What can we hire? Can we buy any planes? Guess we can try and save it for the not for Atu next. Though we technically don't need it because we got the one of the best aircraft in the game right now. With this score attack, okay. But we're getting to the point where we should start expecting airships to start spawning.
Welcome to the show, Hitman. Engage at will.
I feel so sorry for my airplane. Has to lug these giant railguns around.
Shot down.
Sometimes I see those uh, railgun trails as like they're right by the edge of the radar. I think I'm getting close to the edge of the map.
Monarch Fox 3. Confirmed enemy kill.
We're level 4. Come on. Come on. Here we go.
Gun range.
There we go.
Fox 2. Fox 2. They've upped their game. Things are going to get harder from here on in.
What the f... Bad dudes. Wendigo. There's so many of them. I hate to have double time.
Enemy's got a bead on you, Monarch. Monarch, enemy's locking onto you.
Jackalope. Well, at level 5.
Plus 2. Good separation. All targets checkmarked. Get out of there.
Alright. We're at 34, 655 prestige. Score attack. We'll go here next. Um, but we'll probably save that for next week. Let's get the 205 and a frontline ace. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this will be the end of the stream for today. I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow or not. Monday will be Dragon Age Awakening back on the Xbox as we head towards the deep roads in Calharal. Thank you, Sovereign. You too. Um, then we will on Tuesday, no, not Tuesday, or Wednesday, we will return to the PC with Mass Effect 1 as we continue investigating Saren and trying to expose him as a traitor with Carolina. Thursday, it's back to Aurelia as we continue Ace X and the race to Griswold. And Friday, we'll go back to Andromeda and try and finish up our loyalty missions and find the Turian Ark. And then next week, we will continue conquering Cascadia, one territory at a time, as we cheat our way up a storm to get all of the aircraft that ever was. If we do end up streaming tomorrow, it'll probably be Ace Combat 7, as more like a grinding thing, so I can unlock every part on the part tree. But, anywho, take care, everybody. Have a great weekend, and I will see you later.